On everybody, it is your boy back at it with another video. And today we're doing yet another toxic tier list ranking, and it's been a little bit since I've done a toxic tier list ranking, and we will be ranking all the Wrestlemania 41 matches from the worst to the best. But before we get into beginning of the video, what's up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because the more it's absolutely free. No tells me about the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I recommend the video to more people, maybe they could join that toxic fam. And do feel free to comment your thoughts on WrestleMania 41 down below. But with that being said, guys, let's go into before we go into here are the tiers. So we have best of the best, which means they were a perfect match. I loved them, and they are close to 5 stars, if not 5 stars. Great means they come close to being perfect, but there's like a minor flaw holding them back while still being a great match. Toxic goodness means it was a solid match. It was a good match. Okay means overall it's a mixed bag. I don't know necessarily how to feel about it. Meh means very, like, middle of the road, nothing stand out about it. And then toxic trash means dumpster fire, the worst matches of WrestleMania, WrestleMania 41. Alright, and starting things off, I have Gunther versus Jey Uso, and this one's a little bit of a tricky one. I think overall I did like the match. I'm gonna put it toxic goodness, but I don't think it's my favorite out of the Gunther and Jey matches. I think so far, if you would have asked me, like, my favorite match of their quadrilogy so far, it would probably be the match they had at Saturday night's main event. But this one was still decent. I'm glad Jey Uso won, because if he didn't win, the people would probably just give up on him in the crowd. And yeah, I'm glad he won this, and well-deserved, because he's been working his butt off for years and years to get to the position he is in now. So I'm glad he won. And the in-ring action was good. However, I have 2 things wrong with this match. Number one, I feel like they overdid the finish, where you had Jey do 3 Uso splashes, not done yet. After that, he applies a sleeper hold. Like, they kind of, like, didn't protect his finisher, really, in that spot, so that was a little unfortunate. Along with that, as well, the other negative is Gunther tapping out. And the problem with the tap out isn't really the tap out, but it's just the way, how quick Gunther tapped out. At least let him be in the submission for a little bit longer than tap out. But you have him tap out immediately to his own move. That just makes Gunther look weak. But other than that, still glad Jey won. Great moment with Jimmy after the match where they embraced and they celebrated. But I just wish they changed those 2 things. All right. Next up, we got the New Day versus the War Raiders. And this is meh as it gets. In-ring action is fine, but this should have not been on this WrestleMania card. It should have been the SmackDown Tag Team title ladder match that just happened yesterday, actually. And that match was phenomenal, and they should have had that on the card here instead. But, you know, they decided to go with this, the match that they haven't even been building up at all as much as this one, the other match. As I said before, in-ring action's fine. I'm glad New Day won. That was the right outcome. However, they kind of messed up the New Day's heel turn. They haven't been... Like, they had them have a decent enough feud against the LWO, but other than that, they didn't have any other sporadic appearances until, oh, we're the number 1 contenders, so we'll take those titles from you, the War Raiders. Like, that was a little bit disappointing. And yeah, it's a meh. I can't go outright toxic trash for this one, because the in-ring action was decent, and I liked the outcome, and it was the right outcome. However, still shouldn't have been on the card. It should have been that SmackDown Tag Team title ladder match. Anyways, rant over and done with. Next up, we got Naomi versus Jade Cargill, and this was also a really good match. I'm glad they're continuing the feud after this. I love heel Naomi so far. Jade winning was the right outcome because I think what they're trying to do with her is they're possibly going to try to do another WrestleMania streak with her, I think, because she won last year and she's won this year. So I think they're trying to create a new streak, which I like the idea of that. So Jade still looked good in this match. This was her first match in a little bit, so she looked good in this. Naomi definitely made her look good as well. They made each other look good in this match. There was a really gnarly spot by Jade Cargill where, like, she throws Naomi up into the air and catches her into a powerbomb. I thought that looked brutal, and I was going, oh my goodness, please tell me that she's okay. And luckily she is, because she appeared last night to take out Jade. Then immediately transitioned into Jaded and won. So, yeah, really good match. Really good match. Probably the best of Toxic Goodness, I think. Next up, we got L.A. Knight, versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. And this is a toughy one for me. Let me look at the card right here. Do I put it in the great tier? You know what? No, I'll put it Toxic Goodness. I think I was about to... pretty much Jade Cargill versus Naomi in this match are pretty much tied for how much I enjoyed the matches. And this match was really good. They had the right outcome. We do not need Jacob Fatu getting pinned yet or losing a match yet cleanly. So I'm glad with the outcome of him becoming the new United States champion, beating LA Knight, which... I'm guessing after LA Knight gets his rematch clause in this Fatal 4-Way, they look like they're setting up for a backlash between LA Knight, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu. Maybe Solo Sikoa gets added in there too to make it a Fatal 5-Way. I think they'll hotshot him to the main event scene, which that is overall the right call. So, there was a really cool spot in this that caught me off guard. I was going, how did they do that? Where Fatu, I think, did a moonsault or crossbody or something, and LA Knight catched him midair for a BFT, and I thought that looked awesome, and that got me out of my chair and going, whoa, how do they do that? And that was really cool. So, yep, Toxic Goodness for this match. I thought this match was good. El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. By the way, can I just say it's absolutely criminal that Chad Gable was not on this card whatsoever. Yeah, it was okay. In-ring action was good. However, I don't like the outcome of Rey Fenix getting pinned so early on in his WWE career. I don't like that outcome at all. Because I bet the original plan with Chad... Chad's not in this match. What am I talking about? El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. Probably El Grande was going to win that match. However, having Rey lose, I just don't like that decision at all. So, in his WrestleMania debut, too, like, if it was at another pay-per-view like Backlash, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, I'll let it slide. But at WrestleMania, no. It was okay. In-ring action was good, but that's pretty much all I can say about it. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. And I'll say this, pretty crap build-up, but for the actual match, I did overall think this was a great match, which might be a hot take for some people, but I thought both of these two delivered in the delivered a great match in here. Is it as good as like Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39? Far from it. But I still thought it was a good match. It had the right outcome with Tiffany Stratton winning this match. Even though I don't understand why we needed Charlotte Flair to win the Women's Royal Rumble to get this match, but she could have easily won the Elimination Chamber instead and gave an opportunity to someone else. But other than that, still, there was a couple of moments of stiffness in this match with strikes and slaps and stuff that I didn't know if it was real or not. Passing of the torch moment to Tiffany, kind of. And Tiffany actually chipped her tooth in this match, or at least that's what it appeared to me, and it looked pretty gnarly at the end of this. So, and she had a great entrance, by the way. So, also, I'm going to drop some of my future predictions as well. And I hate that this is coming into fruition. But I think what they're going to do this year around is for Money in the Bank, they're going to give the Money in the Bank briefcase to Charlotte. And then Charlotte's going to cash in on Tiffany. That's what I'm calling. And I hate that's coming to my head, but I feel like that's what they're going to do. So be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared. Next up, we have the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, the triple threat between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, and this is a best of the best match. Loved the twist at the end, with Seth walking out with Paul Heyman. I loved what they did on Monday Night Raw, but we're not talking about Monday Night Raw, we're talking about here, but I love the new faction that they're building with Paul, Seth, and Braun, and possibly Becky's going to be joining them soon too, which I'm excited for that, and someone else as well. And ring action, of course, is always great from these three, and they delivered yet again. I'm actually very happy that Roman took the pin this time around, because even though I love Roman, I acknowledge my tribal chief, he does not take the pin much often, so him getting pinned here, I support it, because he does not often get the pin, so I'm glad he kind of got pinned. And I was actually expecting CM Punk to win this one, but I was wrong. So, and Seth Rollins ended up winning, and yeah, a bunch of great spots. Yeah, best of the best match for sure. I love that. But not as good as this triple threat, because this triple threat honestly was the match of the whole entire weekend for me. I loved this match. All three competitors looked great. Io, I'm so glad she retained the title, because I actually thought Bianca was going to win this one, but I wanted Io to win, so I'm glad Io won and had a great little moment there. Rhea looked good in this match too. All three generally women in this match looked good, and I think all three of them, when they eventually settle things in the ring yet again, they're going to deliver. So, yes, best of the best match. I loved this match, and I loved the outcome. Oh, by the way, if you couldn't tell, we're on WrestleMania Night 2 now, by the way. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. It was entertaining, but it was just okay to me. Like, there were some cool spots. Damian going through the tables on the outside. Yeah, that brutal finish that they did where Drew Claymored Damian and he went head first into the steel chair while the Claymore was coming to his face. I thought that was brutal. But other than that, there's nothing really stand out about it. I mean, Drew finally wins a match again, which is about dang time, because he's been nothing but rolled up this year. He got rolled up by Jay to start off the year. He got rolled up by Seth. He got rolled up by Jimmy. And I'm pretty sure he even got rolled up by Sammy, I think. So, like, him finally getting a win here, really good. So I'm glad they did that. Next up here, we have the men's fatal four-way match between Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, and Penta, and for the Intercontinental Championship as well. And this is another great match for me. I loved this fatal four-way. I thought it was very fun. I do admit I wish it was like maybe a little bit longer, but all four competitors looked great in this matchup. I loved the outcome. Yet again, with Dominic winning the title, that was the right call. And it was actually crazy to hear the crowd chanting, "Dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom," and we're actually cheering for him to win. I thought that was a really cool moment. I'm glad the crowds are starting to get behind Dominic more often. And also this furthers the story between him and Finn, which Finn is probably going to be eventually the person that dethrones Dominic for the title, if not Penta. So, yeah. And I'm glad Braun and Penta didn't get the pin here, because they definitely need to be protected at all costs. Next up, we have Joe Hendry versus Randy Orton. Yeah, toxic trash. I thought this match was bad, and it's not their fault because I think both are good in ring, but this match just kind of felt like they were just burying TNA, saying, "Oh yeah, you're the lesser company. You're the lesser company." Having Joe Hendry lose that quickly. In 5 minutes, or was it less than that? I don't know, but I don't know why they had that short of a match. They should have at least had a competitive match between these two, with Randy eventually getting the victory. But they didn't end up doing that. And them having Randy RKO Joe after the match too, I don't know, was just a little saddened by that. But yeah, it's toxic trash. Next up, we have AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. And I thought this was a good match. Don't get me wrong, it's probably like, it's slower, but I did enjoy it. And I'm happy with the outcome, but I'm also a little mad at the outcome too. Like, I'm 50-50 on it. I'm glad Logan got a win back, because the last time he won a match was... when was it? Yeah, the last time he won a match was at WrestleMania 40, I think. So him actually getting a win here was the right call. No, actually, sorry. I went too far back. I forgot. Logan beat Rey Mysterio to qualify for the men's elimination chamber. So he did qualify there. So yeah, his win wasn't that far back. But glad he won here because AJ's been picking up a few victories on television since he came back. So, and maybe they can possibly revisit this down the road. So yes, pretty decent in-ring chemistry between these two. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team titles. And it's one of these two, but I don't know which one. I'm going to go meh, just because I feel like it's a Raw match as well. I don't know why necessarily. So what ended up happening here is Lyra and Becky won the tag titles, which I was a little surprised by. But the thing is, they had the match happen the exact same night on Monday night. No, sorry. The exact next night on Monday Night Raw. And had them immediately drop the titles back to Liv and Raquel, which didn't make sense to me at all. You just put them on them to take them back off. Like, it's just... And then they had Becky turn on Lyra, which I think it would have been better if they just had them lose at WrestleMania, then Becky turned on Lyra after the match. But I guess they just booked them to win because to have that little thing of, oh, Lyra held a title at the same time, held two titles at the same time, while being the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion. And then finally we have John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And I can't go toxic trash with it because I think the in-ring action was not the worst. So I'll put meh. I'll put it at the back of meh here. No, I'll put it above New Day versus War Raiders. Excuse me. This also had the right outcome. It just had a terrible finish with Cena winning his 17th world title, as he should. However, I thought this match was going to be like Bloodline Rules all over again, because that's what I was expecting too, at least with Travis Scott coming out. I was going like, oh, so somebody's going to come out to help Cody. Maybe Randy. And then, after Randy helps Cody with Travis Scott, The Rock's going to come out, right? Then Stone Cold's going to come out. And then we're just going to be left with Cena versus Cody, and Cena's going to pick up the victory. Well, you didn't get that. You just got Travis Scott coming out to cost Cody Rhodes the match, which probably is the match that they're setting up for WrestleMania 42, I'm guessing. Cody versus Travis Scott. However, it had such a lame finish with Cena hitting Cody with the title and then immediately pinning him right after. I thought Cody possibly could have kicked out right there and then get locked in the STF and he passed it out, but Nope, that didn't end up happening either. And this also, another flaw with this match is it did not protect the any of John Cena's John Cena's finishing maneuvers whatsoever. You had Cody kick out of, well, on screen you had him kick out of 3 AAs. You had him kick out of a regular AA, a super AA, then after that, you had him get hit with another AA, but gets transitioned into the STF, but Cody is able to survive it. Then you have Cody get his head smashed against the exposed turnbuckle twice, and they get hit with an attitude adjustment, and he kicks out still. Like, that, way to protect John Cena's finishing move. Well, there you go. Well, and to be fair, Cena's attitude adjustment has never been protected that much, really. I mean, just look at his United States Open Challenge matches. Pretty much everyone he faced, they kicked out of the attitude adjustment. Except for, like, Cody. I think that was the only person that, like, kicked out of the attitude adjustment. That didn't kick out of the attitude adjustment. Sorry. Excuse me. But pretty much everybody else kicked out of it. So I was just going, why did you do that? But, other than that, yeah, WrestleMania 41 was a little bit disappointing, but it wasn't a terrible show. We've had much worse. And, yeah, be sure to let me know your thoughts on this tier list down below and your thoughts on WrestleMania 41 as a whole. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.